Hello Leah, JT, and Bridget. Today is Thursday. In my style, I decided to outsource for my information, and what I came out with I don't even think is actually scientific fact as much as just opinion and crazy urban legends. So we'll see how this goes. Our theme this week was science. First off, I'd like to say that I don't really know much about science. Pretty sure is a common theme for us bedabuds this week. I mean, Leah even went the route of talking about social science, psychology, and JT got her brother to come in for the video, which I found kind of funny because usually when someone walks in on you filming, it's usually a scandalous thing, but this time it was pretty helpful. Okay, so apparently Albert Einstein is the #1 science guy in the world, or whatever, I don't know. Isaac Newton is #2. I was like, is that actually fact or whatever? And apparently it is, but I guess anyone can argue that to be not true. MC², what up with that? He came up with gravity. This goes into the third point that suggested. Gravity exists. Now, I'm gonna say that's not true because I don't feel like we're being pulled down as much as pushed. Friends reference. Yeah, I love that show. And here's another one that I guess can go into the urban legend category. Mentos and Coke equals explosion. I would advise you not to try that at home for personal safety. So don't do that. Okay, so now my friend Alistair came up with a pretty good point that I wanted to share to all of you. It was that science blows. I know that isn't nice for anyone who actually likes science, but I thought it was pretty fitting, and I told her that I give her credit where credit is due. So, science blows. Yeah, there are 3 laws of Newton's laws of motion, and I'm just gonna sum it up in one scenario that probably won't even cover all 3 laws, but here we go. You get into a car, put on your seatbelt, because if you crash, like if the car crashes, the car is going to stop, but you're not until you hit the dashboard or the seat, because you're not going to stop until you hit something that will stop you. We don't want you to die, so put on a seatbelt. Actually, I have a question. Do you guys put seatbelts on like every time you get into a car? I do. Like for the most part, like 99% of the time, I'm gonna wear a seatbelt. Oh, that's a little fact about me. I think seatbelts are pretty awesome, so use them. They save lives. Don't really know much about science. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have like the shortest video this week. We'll see if Bridget steps me up. I guess I can talk about some random science facts that I know that are not even like science facts. I don't know much about science. I'm going to say that right here, right now. Science is not my forte. Here in Twilight, Edward and Bella were doing mitosis to like name the stages. That's fun. Sure. Another reason why Twilight sucks. I think that's like a common thought on our channel that we don't like Twilight, and I really appreciate that because, yeah, I mean, ugh. What's something else about science? The law of inertia. If at rest, it will continue in a state of rest. If it's in motion, it continues to stay in motion. Sounds like some like Greek god or something. Inertia. Anyways, equilibrium is a state of no change. Rest is only one form of equilibrium. Another is an object moving at constant speed in a straight line. At this point, I could get my biology textbook from last semester out, but... And here's my personal science fact that I decided to share with all the bedabuds as this week went on. It's like H2O equals water. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. When you drop toast, it's gonna land margarine, butter, jam, whatever, side down. So, keep that in mind, folks. As you can see, I actually made notes. A few stages of mitosis, meiosis as well. DNA is some crazy stuff. It's scientific fact that if Clark Kent goes near kryptonite, he will go all, yeah. Blue Powder Network, you have to say a name very clear, or else you will end up somewhere very strange. Sure. Actually, mine's this week's topic is actually kind of nice to show our smarts, as our guest vlogger said on Monday. I don't think that I'm doing a very good job because I'm not actually talking about legit science facts, but oh, here's a question for you, bedabuds. If an unstoppable force meets an unmovable object, what happens? Here's another little fact. I don't know if it's scientific, but it's a pretty known fact. I'm actually going to paraphrase this from Lemony Snicket, but it starts to get interesting when bedtime just arrives. It was actually in my quote blog at the end of 2010, so I think you guys are familiar with it. I love Lemony Snicket in his quotes, and I think if you guys haven't read A Series of Unfortunate Events, that you should. It's actually my recommendation for this week. I actually really love those books. Yeah, so that's my scientific video. It's not actually very sciencey, but what you're gonna do, right? And here are just some science-related facts, again, that I'm gonna list off. Humidity sucks. That's actually not even, I don't know, that's just a general opinion. Pretty sure winter in Canada, where I am, is not gonna end till like the end of March. And do you like my scenery change this week? I don't know why. I thought it would be fun to do this, but apparently I did. Oh, and I'm very glad that we're not going to have a quiz on these topics, or else I would fail. Bridget, I'll see ya tomorrow.